Hello everyone, welcome to Pandas. So today's session will be moving towards the concept of re-indexing. The name itself they give re and indexing. We already know what you mean by the indexing. This is nothing but when you are working with the rows and column, we'll do indexing all that. Indexing means that just giving the name on that or 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, the index value on that. So this is what the indexing we are doing it. Now when you use this two word re-indexing, re means rearrangement. We can call as rearrangement. So it is used to change the row and column level of the data frame. So we already see that what you mean by the data frame, how it's used it. So basically data frame is nothing but it's your 2D array, right? So when you're working with the rows and column, we use the data frame rows and column. So suppose here we have a rows and then column, rows and column. Here we give the names of like xs0, xs1, xs2. Here we are giving suppose column 1, column 2, column 3. So later suppose you want to change the label, means previously it is there and now we want to rearrange the levels or we are adding it. So now I'm giving a CC1, CC2, CC3. Then here I'm giving RR1, RR2, RR3. So what I'm doing, I'm just rearranging my columns and rows labels. So this is nothing but your re-indexing. So this is the reason why we are doing it, the re-indexing, because later when you add it CC4, because we want to change it, right? So we can do the rearrangement for the columns name and the row names in the data frame. Whenever we talk about data frame, it will be 2D. We are having a rows and column. So this is what a re-indexing basically used in a pandas. So I hope you are clear with the re-indexing in a. So we'll start with importing. So import pandas as PD. Yeah, importing done. Let's create the data. So data equals to then the curly braces. You have to start with the curly braces because we want to create some data. So let's start with the city and then we just given some city name. So inside that suppose Bangalore, and then comma we are moving towards to the another city name. So we have to give some city names inside that. Suppose some Jamshedpur, and then we are continue one more, just giving the three cities name on that. So we already gave the Bangalore, Jamshedpur, and then go with the Kolkata. So there is three cities name we already given. So after the city, go with the rank. We have to give some rank on that city because we want to create it. So one data. So rank, suppose I'm giving for the rank of first one, the first. So it will be for first, and then continue with your second, and then continue with. So we just continue with another three. So second, then yes, third. So done. Let's move to give some marks as well. So the third one we are giving its marks, and then continue with the marks. We are giving some values on that. So suppose 18, comma 67, comma 90. So we just get some values 100. Okay, so this is done. So with the marks, we done with the data. We created it. Let's just go with the things. We just go with another way data variable. So data 1 equals to your pd dot data frame, because with the use of data frame we are creating. So data frame, and then insert that we have to give the values like whatever the data we are taking, the data we are giving, then the main thing comma the index. We are giving the index, the how many values we are taking. So we are giving the index on that. So index index equals to, or we are going with the index value. So index equals to go with pd dot index. I will be capital index, then continue with the index, the brackets. In the brackets we are giving the index value. So suppose I'm giving the first index a, and the second index b, and the third index c, because we are using the three values. So I'm giving the three index name as well. After that we are giving the name like whatever the things we are using here. So name or columns, what you are giving to that. So I'm now name, I'm giving name equals to I'm just giving your xyz. That is the first name I'm giving here. And then when it's done with the name, so giving with a comma, we are going with the column. The first one index means it's a row will be taken in. So now we have to giving for the column as well. So columns, columns equals to pd dot index, pd dot index, pd dot index. I'm giving for the first one for the things, the second one as well as up to given for the what we wanted for the index values on that, like whatever we have taken it. So we are going with the things. So the first one what we taken, that is your city, and then what we have taken, so go with the commas, then we have taken it's your rank, and then we have taken it's your what is there in after the rank, we are taken it's your marks. So going with the marks. So this is done, we give the marks and we just close it. We have to close as well. Then comma, then name, we have to give the name on that particular things. So name equals to going with the attributes or whatever the things we are using. So I'm just going with the attributes and then we close it. So both is closed. And now if you want to see that how it prints and not, we can. So we run this. When you run, it's run properly. Let's see what is there. So just go with print. We just go with print to see that the data just now whatever we created, it is done or not. So print with the data one, because we are giving the data one. You can observe that attributes XYZ, like what you design it, A, B, C, city, rank, marks. So these things are created properly. Now the main thing is come. Change the order of the index of the row. So for the rows, we are changing the order on that. So let's move to changing that. So we are having the data one. So data one dot reindex, 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 and now we are going with this and giving the other value on the index. Suppose I'm giving xxx the first one, and then I'm giving the yyyy the second one, and then I'm giving the zzz the third one. So this is what I'm giving it, and I'm just run this particularly. You can observe because we are not just, we are changing the index value. So it's changed it. The index value is changed, but the details are not, because we are going with the data one. What if the data are there? So that is changed it, but we are giving just the reindex value. You can go with the data as well, but it's not taken because data one will be having the values. So it will be giving you city, rank, and marks. So this is how we have to use a reindexing with the columns when you want to change the particular folder, particular things, when you want to change it, like where the particularly you want to change the values. Now in order to the columns also, you can change the particular things. So let's see that how it will be when suppose you want to change the columns. So go with the columns names, LOUMNN S columns, columns name, suppose I'm giving a variable name, and then just go with the three things. We are having a three, so I'm just giving S1 comma S2 and then comma S3. So three the columns, we given the columns properly, and then go with the new, like from where you want to change it, like from which area you want to change the thing. So suppose I need to change with the new data, so I just go with new, then data, new data equals to data, like from where you are doing it's data one dot reindex, index, reindex. We just use the method and then colum, and this thing what you give is already. So columns equals to columns name, whatever the columns name you use it. So columns, columns name. So I just show you once again from where we are taking. So here we give the things are like wherever we want to give the things, like columns you give columns. So here also you have to give columns columns, and then you're going with the columns yeah, MNS. So that you have to give the same name, just go with this. So it's properly changed. So now if you want to see that like how it will be, so it's run properly. Now you can see that with the print of the new data. So I just print with the new data. So when you run, you can observe that it is changed. So this is S1, S2, S3, it is changed. So this is how you are using the things with the columns and row value to change it with the help of reindexing. So I hope you are clear with this thing. Thank you.